Good evening, good evening, good evening. What's up, everybody? This is the Situationship Podcast. Once again, this is the Situationship Podcast. I want to say pew pew, but it is what it is. I'm not feeling that well, everybody. I'm in a great state of Michigan right now, and as you can see, I'm in my Tampa Bay gear, and we didn't do too well tonight. We lost pretty bad. I lost a bet, and yeah, I don't feel too well about this, but it is what it is. It's the NFL. I didn't make any of none of the millions and millions of dollars that those guys made. I didn't make any. Not yet, but it's coming once this show gets hot. So once again, this is the Situationship Podcast. Shots fired. Okay, we shooting shots. Not necessarily the ones with the that comes out of the firearm. When you shooting those type of shots, we shooting shots dealing at or with situationships that come between a man and a woman or a woman and a man. All right. So I'm your host. My name is Keithan. I have a co-host. Her name is Elsie. She ain't here right now. She's not here. So we decided on Mondays, you go get me. I'm going to answer her questions. I'm going to go through a stack and, hopefully it's about 10, 15 minutes. And on Thursdays, did I say Thursdays? Yeah, Thursdays. You're going to get her and you're going to get a stack. I already have two questions I'm thinking about right now sending her. She's going to answer them for me and give a statistic about situationships or relationships or marriage or something that pertains to the meeting of two people, right? And they're going to be great stats. So I just want to tell you guys I appreciate you all. Thank you for signing in. I need you guys to like, share, comment. Anytime you see the situationship shots fired, I need you to like, share, comment, love, something. Just don't watch. Come on, don't speculate. I need you to comulate, if that's a word. Hey, something. I'm sorry. It's the Tito's. Back to it. Situationship Podcast. So listen, let's get into this. What is a situationship? What is your definition of a situationship? I want you to, let's take a couple seconds. What is your definition of a situationship, right? So in the Urban Dictionary, it says a situationship is when two people are talking to each other, like they are in a relationship, but they are not in one, and they cannot talk to anybody else this way. There's another definition of a situationship is a romantic or sexual relationship that lacks labels, commitment, and a clear future. How many of you all out there have been in this particular type of situation? I know I can raise my hand. Can you raise yours? If you can raise yours, what is your definition of of any situationship? Are they good? Are they bad? I can tell you right now, they're a fabric of a lot of everything that goes on in this world. From the rooter to the tutor, someone has been in a situationship, right? Now, out of the situationships that you have had, how have they ended? Were they good? Were they bad? I like to think that I've had some good situations that situationships that ended into good situations. But a lot of times, due to the lack and clear definition of the true situation, there are a lot of misconstrued ideas and possibilities that may occur in that situationship that can push one or the other person in the opposite direction. And now that situationship is now sour as hell. But at the same time, somebody can make up for it. I think a lot of it is ego. When you have a situationship that kind of erodes itself and deteriorates into the absolute finite of nothing. But if one person can overcome, I don't know, can you come back from a negative situationship? I haven't. I can tell you right now, I don't think I have. But if you have, comment on this. So my co-host, and we're going to make this episode pretty short. I apologize for getting on here kind of late because something was wrong with the internet today. The internet was just down on certain apps and certain programs and networks. I hope we weren't hacked or something negative was going on with communications. But yeah, I was going to post, trying to work on this earlier today and get this out there. Unfortunately, this network wasn't quite yet responding the way it should have. So my co-host, Miss Elsie Alex, she sent me two questions, people. She sent me two questions, and they are very, very, very in-depth. I'm going to start with the first one, and I'm going to do my best to answer my co-host question. Please bear with me. The Tito's is talking. Okay. Why do men detach in a attach themselves so easily to their wives, girlfriends, and new women. So she wants to know, why do men, I'm a man, why do men detach and attach themselves so easily to their wives, girlfriends, and new women? Let me think about this for a second, Elsie. So that's a great question. And I say that's a great question because I have detached myself a couple times myself in the past. Yes, I have. And the reason I did that is I detached myself because I was just tired. I was tired of repeating myself. I was tired of going down the same old rodeo. It's like y'all women know, like, you know what's going on with him, but you fail to listen and understand him. And the minute you sense you have the slightest inkling that he has stepped out, you want to do what you're supposed to be doing, and now that brings him back to attach himself back to you, right? Even knowing that we have attached to another woman, but now we see you acting right, so we go reattach ourselves without totally detaching from that new woman. It's sad, and honestly, it's quite pathetic that us men have the ability to do that. But you got to think about a man's behavior. A man's behavior. As a man, you are brought up into a world that is brutal and not caring. And I'm not using this as an excuse on why we do it. But as a man, as you grow up, if you attach yourself to certain things for so long, you're going to get ran over. You learn to detach. Now, when it comes to being with the opposite woman, being with a woman and detaching and attaching ourselves to someone else, it's easier for us to do that. It's easy for us to do that because a lot of us, we care, but we don't care. A lot of men care, but we don't care. We care that we can, I don't want to, I don't want to bash us men today because that's not what I'm about, but I want to be honest. And that's the point of this podcast. Us men, sometimes we lack the care. We lack caring. Sometimes we just don't care. Especially when we've been pushed to the point where there's no return. Y'all ladies know when y'all push us to that point where there's no return. So once we get to that point, we don't care. We lack empathy. We become this dog animal, like, and that's not fair to any woman out there at all. It's not fair. But here's the A word that I think both parties need to take accountability in this situation. Flat out, take accountability. The woman should take accountability for her actions that may have pushed the man to detach himself. And then the man has to take his accountability because he put himself in a situation to attach himself to another woman while he was still attached to the first situation. I take accountability for doing that myself, and it takes some really, really growing up and maturing as a man in order to not put yourself in that situation. Hence his situationship. So I hope that answers the question. So Elsie, we're going to have a conversation on Saturday, and in that episode Saturday, we're going to talk about this question she just asked me. I hope I answer. If I didn't answer, Elsie, I promise you I answered it on Saturday. That gives today's Monday. It gives me plenty of time to catch up. I had to catch up, and I'm just recovering from a significant loss. Okay, my team lost today. Give me some sympathy. Question number 2. Why do men in a relationship have an issue but don't discuss it until you get caught up with another woman instead of talking to the woman about it? Talking to the woman about what the problem is before to fix it. I'm going to repeat that one more time for the people like me that's been sipping a little bit. Why do men in a relationship have an issue but don't discuss it until you get caught up with another woman instead of talking to their woman about what the problem is before to fix it? I can tell you right now, y'all don't listen. Y'all hard-headed, y'all stubborn, y'all difficult to deal with. You don't even want to take the A word again. Accountability for your own actions. So when us men have an issue, a lot of y'all women like to bully us out our issue. Some of y'all women will bully me out of my issue and turn my issue with you and turn around and make it your issue with me. Some of y'all women are so manipulative that you will flip the script so bad on me that knowing, and this is the bad part about it, a lot of y'all know it's the truth and will turn around, totally gaslight and manipulate and make it feel like I did something wrong to you. And all I did was come to you to tell you, hey, this is the issue. This is what I'm presenting to you. But y'all run away from it. Listen, any woman who is taking offense to what I'm saying, you are the culprit. You are the core problem. Not saying that's the reason why a lot of situationships occur, but it is a contributing factor to why a lot of men jump into other situationships. Now, when we get caught up, we caught. I mean, what else I'm a bank robber. I just robbed the bank. All right? And the police catch up with me. I'm in some house. I'm hiding. They gonna tell me, come out with your hands up. Bring you come out. You got the bags full of money with you and cash and coins and silver dollars and stuff like that. And you caught red-handed, so you might as well just go ahead and say, hey man, hey, listen, I know I could have told you, woo the woo, X, Y, Z, this what happened, that what happened. And sorry, I don't mean to say it that way, ladies. I hope I don't sound insensitive to the situationship that he got caught up in and now he got to confess. But I'm just saying, that's the perfect time to come out and say, hey, the cat's out the bag. I've been in this situationship. Sorry, babe. You as a woman have to make that decision. Are you going to stay with this man who has now been into a situation, created another situation? Are you going to leave? Now, I challenge you ladies that feel like, well, I'm going to leave. He all doing this and this and this. Did you put him in this situation? Can your man come and talk to you about an issue he has with you without you flipping the script? I'm telling you right now, ladies, a man is only going to take so much of that before he puts himself into a situationship. There's only so much. Some men's threshold is months, years before they even contemplate the idea of, I'm going to put myself into another situationship with a woman. I'm going to do that. Some men, their threshold is very low. Man, you go a couple times without acknowledging their issue, man, they done had 4, 5 situationships by the time they came home from work. It really, really wasn't working. They was just situation and shipping for the day. I'm joking. In all sincerity, these situations that occur in these situationships shouldn't even occur if we have better communication and better ways to display our emotions. A lot of us are banked up with emotions from dealing with all the stuff out here in the everyday world, and we have to come home and somehow keep another person, the opposite sex, happy and entertained. Some of us look at that like it's a chore. I don't know. You tell me. If you feel any type of way about this, has shots been fired? Like, share, comment. Simple as that. I hope to answer your question, co-host. If I didn't answer this one either, I'm sorry, Elsie. I will do my best to try to respond to you on Saturday. I'll probably be a little bit sobered up. I'm about 3, 4 shots in. So I'm going to get back right. But that's what this podcast is about. Once again, my name is Keithan. I decided to start this podcast because I've noticed everybody's in a situationship, some type of situationship. You have either been in it before, or you continuously allow this track of situationships to affect your life with no real gainway or leeway of being with someone long term. One person, something. So this podcast is the podcast that's going to create a new outlet for people who've been in situationships. If you've been in one, if you want to be anonymous, just put in anonymous and type whatever you want to type. But I want to hear everybody's experience about this because I know I'm not the only one that have been in situationships. Every person I bring this up to, they talk about, I can see people just go back in time. Yeah, I remember such and such and this and that. And I've been hearing a bunch of horror stories. Like, damn, I thought my stories was bad. Hearing what other people have been through, goodness gracious. I'm so thankful that this came to my head. I'm so thankful for my co-host. I appreciate you, Elsie. And I'm going to be thankful for everyone we interview. So once again, this podcast, before I get into the statistical data that I gathered, this podcast will be aired on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, We're trying to not be too much in y'all face, but just in y'all face just enough. Yeah. I'm gonna answer Elsie questions on Monday. She's gonna answer my questions on Thursday, and we're gonna talk about this. And we're gonna start doing some interviews. I want to add people to our discussions. All right. Who's the next person? Who can I interview? You want to be interviewed by me? I got 5 questions to ask you about situationships, because I know you done been through it. If you want to talk freely about your situationship as a woman, hit me up. If you a man, any man out there, if you want to talk clearly about any of your situationships as a man, send Elsie an inbox and say, put me on, Elsie. I want to talk about my situationships. Yo, I'm serious. The only way we're gonna do better, and Elsie has a great point. She focuses a lot on her people, my people, our community. I know we as a whole I love everybody, but we gotta talk about our community and our problems, because some of the statistical data shows we're lacking. And the reason we're lacking in relationships and marriage and commitment and longevity is because we're in these situationships. Like, share, comment, people. Statistically, 2022, a study showed 52% of black men never had been married, and that had rose from 43% in 1990. So from 1990 to 2022, it went from 43% to 52% of black men that don't want to be, I could say that never had been married. By this time, they just don't, those men don't want to be married. I'm telling you right now. Don't want to be married. I've been married before. I'm this close to saying I don't want to be married again either, but I do believe in true love. My first go around, I didn't do right. I wasn't the best companion. I wasn't the best husband. I take my share of the accountability. I'm still everything negatively that and positively that has happened for the duration of my marriage that I had. I'm thankful for it. It was a learning lesson. So I'm willing to take the time. I've grown, I've healed, still got a little bit more healing to go. But once that occurs, I'd be willing to jump right back in that saddle and get married again. Yes, again. To who? I don't know. She could be lucky though. She could be blessed. I tell you what, she's gonna be a blessed woman. Cause I lived and I've learned. But a lot of black men are afraid. Man, we're afraid, man. Do you know what a divorce would do to a black man? In the courts? Hell, child support alone, alimony, that is detrimental to an African American man's bank account. And the sad part about it is a lot of women know it and play the game. You know it. You go for the brothers that got the money and it got a couple dollars, got itself established. And your only intentions was to be married, not to really be a companion and to be a wife. I married, but you're not really saying you're a wife. And us men, we're blinded by that. We don't look deep like women do. We don't think ahead like women do. We don't plot out. We see what we love, we go for it, and we plan out for it. But a lot of men don't want to be married because when they go in that courthouse, man, that judge hit that cat. You do that 2 or 3 times, and they're saying no. You all half your money, everything, your retirement, your savings, the house, the cars, the pension is gone. Not to mention the kids. So the man lost his kids, and he lost all his everything. And he's supposed to sit here and say, hey, I want to get married again. No. When another man talks to another man about the trauma he's been through a marriage, that right there alone is an eye opener, especially to the younger generation. They're going to be like, oh, hell no, man. Uncle Willie man, his ex-wife took him through the ringer, man. He riding a bicycle to work. And he worked 23 miles down the road. So I'm just saying, what incentive is it for a man to be married in today's time? There is none. I'm sorry, ladies. What's in between your legs and them eggs you like the cooking on the grill, on the stove or whatever? Sometimes that ain't what you can feed me and what you can provide for me in between your legs ain't gonna keep me no more. Back in the day, that could have meant something, but us men were learning and we're growing. And we're not willing to accept the fact that we're not gonna let ourselves go. I let that marinate. Oh, I think I went long enough. Hopefully, I've discussed a lot of stuff in these last 25 minutes to keep you guys interested. There's more to come. I'm telling you, when we start interviewing people, like, I can't wait to interview the first woman, and I got these 5 questions. Like, yeah, well, like, I'm I'm on one of these talk shows or something, which it is. It's a podcast. Hey, I appreciate everybody who tuned in on this episode. Thank you guys so much just for the support, honestly. And I appreciate the support. My name is Keithan. I'm the host. My co-host, Elsie. This is the Situationship Shots Fired podcast. It's a blessing to be here. Hey, thank you guys. Man, I feel like crap, man. This Mike Evans jersey, man, he got hurt today, man. Oh, Lord, the Buccaneers, man. It's cool, though. We 5-2, though. You know, we got time to regroup. We good. Hey, it was a pleasure, man. Happy Monday. Y'all have a good night. Salute.